Newt Gingrich is speaking to the five. These are, or excuse me, not the five. This is Fox and Friends. The very, as Jon Stewart always used to say, the aptly named Steve Doocy. Whoever, I don't know the person who replaced Gretchen Carlson. No, but this isn't Elizabeth Hasselbeck. This is a person who's, I don't know. I don't know her name. Yeah, if you could look that up for me. And then I believe that is Kilmeade on the right. The person that I have referred to in the past as the dumbest human being in the history of the planet. And they're speaking with one of the most unctuous people in the history of the planet, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich. And they're going to bring up this new conspiracy theory about Hillary Clinton apparently being on death's door. We already know that Sean Hannity's pushing that a lot. Let's see. Will a moment of sanity break out here? Maybe so.
And that's Ainsley Earhart.
Ainsley Earhart.
It's that the care she's getting could make it a concern.
Okay, so Newt, what do you think?
Well, I think first of all, just to get down to a human level for a second, all of us ought to include Hillary Clinton in our prayers. I mean, we don't. You can be opposed to somebody without hoping that they have bad health, and I hope that she's all right. Second, I'm always dubious, with all due respect to television doctors, when you have a doctor who has never seen the patient begin to give you a complicated, fancy-sounding analysis based on what? I mean, I would be very cautious,
right.
And I would recommend to doctors for professional reasons to be very cautious deciding you're going to start analyzing people. Next year, because next you're going to get a left-wing psychiatrist explaining Donald Trump in negative terms
based
on having watched him. You know, and I think we ought to recognize that's kind of junk medicine. That's not the real deal.
Okay, so credit where credit is due. It is junk medicine. It's not the real deal. And also very magnanimous to suggest that Hillary Clinton should be included in prayers. My first thought at the beginning of this clip, I was on it because I was like, somebody's tired of amateur diagnoses as a narcissist being hurled his way. So I think this might be a little bit personal for Newt Gingrich. And then, of course, he's also pointing out that, left-wing psychiatrists have called Donald Trump narcissistic. I think that you could pretty much poll, I don't know, like any sort of like freshman high school class of normal kids encountering psychological concepts maybe for the first time. And I think they would all sort of, narcissism would be the least. Like if your only diagnosis for Donald Trump is narcissistic, you're being extremely generous.
Brad Thor and Glenn Beck on the show yesterday had a bit of a discussion because Brad Thor was, I don't know who Brad Thor is, I just know his name, was a never Trumper. And he recently is having second thoughts about that. And Glenn Beck was taking him to task for that sort of thing. And both of them acknowledged, even while they're disagreeing about whether to support Trump, they both acknowledged that he probably has some sort of serious psychological problems. And Brad Thor's like, but it's better than Hillary put in Supreme Court justices in the court.
Out of their minds.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.